Grasa Machel says the death of millions of newborns can be prevented, and the Red Meat Industry Forum forges on with the meat scandal investigation. I am NewsBreak11am. Child rights activist Grasa Machel says the death of an estimated 3 million newborns globally every year is unacceptable, as most of these deaths can be prevented. She says the world, especially Africa, will not meet Millennium Development Goal number 5 of reducing under 5 mortality rates. Machel has been addressing delegates from 55 countries attending the first ever Global Newborn Health Conference in Boksburg on Gauteng's East Rand. She has called for an urgent need to prioritize the health of newborns and children under 5 years to prevent these deaths.
Of the 60.9 million under 5-year-old child deaths in 2011, about 43% occurred in the first 4 weeks of life. The majority, almost 3 million, die within 1 week, and almost 2 million on their first day of life. Up to 2/3 of newborn deaths can be prevented if effective health measures are provided at birth and during the first week of life.
The South African Institute of Race Relations says more than 10 billion rand has been lost in gold and platinum production during the mining sector strikes in the 2012-2013 financial year. The SAIRR conducted the survey using the barometers by the National Treasury on the cost to the country's economy in the mining sector. Researcher Boitumelo Setlatswe says it will also impact on the country's employment rate.
15 billion rand had been lost across all the sectors in mining, and this was during the mining stoppages that happened in the 2012-2013 financial year. We found that 10 billion rand had been lost in gold and platinum production and an additional 180 million rand in coal production. As we know, mining is linked to so many other sectors in the economy, and when we see losses in the mining sector of this magnitude, we know that it has a direct implication on our growth potential as well as in employment.
The Red Meat Industry Forum says it will press ahead with its investigation into the meat scandal, which could result in prosecutions. The RMIF earlier said it was premature to release the names of the retailers implicated in the meat contamination study. Professor Lo Hoffman headed up a team of researchers from Stellenbosch University that had found traces of chicken, donkey, water buffalo and goat meat, as well as soya in incorrectly labeled products. The names of the retailers were supposed to remain confidential. RMIF chairperson Dave Ford.
If there are perpetrators, let the relevant authorities do an investigation and then let them follow according to their legislation, and there is sufficient legislation, and then to either prosecute or to remove the blame from these different individuals or these different retailers. We feel at this specific stage that, just to name and shame a number of retailers when it could be cross-contamination is very premature. But we are still going ahead from the forum side to supply this information to the relevant authorities as well as to the National Consumer Commission.